Hey guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Today we did a 16 by 20 inch Pride flag because it's Pride month in June. I know I'm late, but it's Pride year, man. It's not just Pride month. You don't just get 1 month to celebrate. It's Pride year for me. I've got family and friends, and we are very prideful. So we did this beautiful seascape with the Pride flag, and I'll show you exactly how to do it step by step coming up. So before we make another blooper, make sure you check the description below, find all the colors you need, get your canvas nice and wet, get ready to throw some paint on it. We're gonna do it just like this. Holy cow, how did we end up here? What happened to the painting, guys? Where did it go? My goodness. All right. So, since, it's Pride month, and I'm a little bit late, but for me, it's Pride year, right? I have family and friends, and, we celebrate that all year round. It's not just a monthly thing. So, we've covered our canvas in liquid clear, Bob Ross liquid clear. You could use linseed oil. You could use all sorts of stuff, but it is very wet. It's very slick. Now, we're going to be painting the Pride flag, and the way we're going to do that is use our crimson for our deep red. And then we're going to mix these two colors for our orange, and we're going to go yellow, green, blue, and then these two colors for our kind of purpley indigo color, right? So we have crimson, red, the bright red, cadmium yellow, sap green, phthalo blue, Prussian blue, and then alizarin crimson again over here with our pile of white. So let's get to it, right? Let's do it right here. We're going to go in and we're going to grab our crimson right on the brush, a good amount of it, right? We're going to use a whole lot of paint on this one. Nice, thick, messy, wet, right? We're going to set this down just in case this thing starts to fall out. Now, we're going to do about 2 inch, right, per our brush. Should be about 2 inch blasts, and we'll have enough room for all the colors, okay? So right up at the top right here, straight across. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go straight across, just about the length of your brush. Right, just like that. Now, we're going to mix a little bit of bright red in with that. Because we want it to be red, right? Ooh, yeah. But if you just do red and you go over it with your with your white color, then it's just going to go very pink, and it's not going to be that deep red. So we need the crimson and the red together right here. And like I said, it's just about your whole brush length worth of color. It doesn't need to be all color throughout the whole thing, and then we'll just figure it out. Okay, now we're going to want to make some orange. Now, in order to make orange, we're going to take our palette here. We're going to grab up our yellow and our red. We're going to mix them in over here. The more orangey you want it, the more yellow you need, right? So I'm going to mix that up, and then we're going to go straight on with that color right onto the canvas as well. Maybe a bit more yellow. My goodness, got to have enough paint to cover it, Josh. There we go. Little orangey color. It's going to be wildly different from that color up there. So we're going to use a different brush. We're going to go into the orange, both sides, both directions. Get it all over the place, right? We can always clean it up and wipe it up later. Then we're going to go in here. Look at that difference. You can tell they look very similar on the palette. You can really tell a difference when you go with that orange versus what just the straight red is. You see what I mean? Do you see what I mean, guys? Grab a little bit more of that color and just continue to fill up our bands of color, right? LGBTQ, got to get them all in there. Bam, just like that. Okay, now we're going to take our yellow. We're going to pull our yellow down and really get it nice and bright yellow right across our whole thing right here. Just like that. We can let them mix in and blend in a little bit. They're going to mix and blend with each other. So let's do that. I mean, we should be just about halfway down our canvas by the time that we are at this spot, right? A little bit of yellow. All of a sudden it's turned into this beautiful thing. Remember, long, straight swipes so we don't have anything kind of mixed in between. All right, let's wash off this brush. We'll go into those deeper, darker colors. Nice, deeper, darker colors. Look at that flag color up there already. Okay, now we're going to go into our green, right? We laid them out like this so we could go from side to side and not have any mess ups, right? A little bit of green, pull it down, and we're going to come in and drop in our green band, just like that. Again, they can mix in a little bit, right? The green is going to be where our water is. Our seascape idea. I searched the internet trying to find a seascape that was rainbow, themed, and there was literally nothing good out there. So hence why we're here today. Now we're going to use our phthalo blue next on a new clean brush, right? The one that we just cleaned. Phthalo blue, get all up in there. And this is going to be the face of our wave, which is going to be very cool. So we want our blue in here. And the more that we brighten it up with white, the more it will show as a blue. So it looks very dark here. And our next color is even going to look even darker, okay? So we're going to take our crimson. And take our crimson and our blue, our really dark phthalo blue mixture. We're going to mix that up. And that's going to be our very dark purpley indigo color, okay? Just like that. Grab it up, mix it up, and it's going to look very black. It's the same as the shadow colors that we use when we're doing our landscapes and stuff, right? Now we're going to go back into that dark color, grab up that kind of indigo purpley bit, and drop it down here. And like I said, this is going to be very dark. I can barely even see that there's color on there. Barely even see it. So we want to cover the entire bit of canvas. We don't want to have any parts of black, otherwise they're going to show up very white when we go to use our white paint, right? And just like that, we've got our rainbow flag. It's fantastic. It's a little guide that's going to tell us how to paint our painting. It's going to be very cool. All right, let's wash off these brushes. All right, we're going to try not to let all these colors blend into brown, right? A lot of times, that's what will happen. You get too many colors together, you'll blend into brown. So, we're going to attempt that not to happen. Not let that happen, right? Dabbing our brushes off on our paper towel just to get the majority of the color and the wetness back off of them. All we really do. It's a very cool color on the palette knife like that. They make art without even trying, right? Okay, now, we can decide if we want a sun or whatever, but I thought a nice big section of clouds to kind of light up all those colors would be very cool. So, let's grab our fan brush. Old Master's Touch fan brush, can't even barely see it anymore. Size 8, Master's Touch. So we're gonna grab up our white, just on the edge of the brush over here, and kind of pull it to the side. All these other colors took up so much room, right? A little bit of white. We're not going to use a whole lot. Going to pull it out. See, just like that. Nice little knife-like edge. Beautiful. Not too much. We don't need too much on there. And then we're going to decide what our cloud looks like, and maybe it comes in. Maybe there is a sun off in the distance over there, right? What if we light up like a little bit of sun over here? And we can take him, just start to blend him out just slightly. Just slightly. And then we'll see what it looks like. Maybe it'll turn into a big cloud. Who knows? We're going to take this guy, we're just going to make a giant mess across this whole bit, right? Turn him into a cloud. Now we'll have all those colors remaining. And we'll start to blend them out. So let's blend out the yellow section first. Before we hit any bit of our green or our darker colors, we'll blend out this whole bit. Just into this nice, soft bit of cloud. So it picks up all those colors. It becomes beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful little bit of cloud back there. It's that orange, yellow, all that stuff, let it mix in. It's fantastic. Maybe we can pull this bit down just the smallest bit. It'd be like a far off little bit of rainstorm back in there. Blend back into those colors. Very cool. Very cool how that does that. And you've got to put the base colors that you want. You can do an American flag, you can do a pride flag, you can do whatever flag. Do your own flag, right? You got the idea from Paint with Josh. We know that. Okay, now let's wash off the white and the orange and everything off of this brush because of course it blends in, mixes in. Got our whole beautiful section of clouds and soft little areas. It's fantastic. We can take our brush like this, swipe it up. Don't want to cover all those soft bits, don't want to move everything too much. All right, pull to the side and it will soften everything. Look at that. Soft little bits, cool little designs. Leave them in there. They're neat. That's what people are going to look at. So we don't want to get rid of them. All right, let's do our little crashing wave back in our seascape. We'll grab a little bit of white paint. It's all we're really going to use for the majority of the thing left is the white paint, maybe a little bit of this indigo. We need to decide. We need a section of ocean as it's coming in. We can have a big splash. We can have all sorts of stuff. So, and we can change the colors around and do whatever. All right, so let's come in. Maybe we'll just start throwing our horizon way off back there. All right, take your maul stick or your yardstick or whatever you use to make a straight line. You could tape it if you want to, but that takes up too much time for Paint with Josh. Now we're going to come back in. We're just going to very lightly pop in a little bit of that white color and watch it change. This will be the first green ocean we've ever painted, right? Just like that. Watch it change. Go back, get more paint. You want to have enough paint on the edge of your brush to make sharp little lines and leave out the rest, right? Poof, just like that. A nice soft little bit of ocean back there. We can take our brush, our 1-inch brush or 2-inch brush, whatever you want, just pull it soft. That's all we need. Pull it a couple times until it goes soft, and you really don't need much else besides that. You can mess with it. The more you do it, the more it's going to blend away, and you're going to lose all your cool little bits. So don't do it too much, right? Not too much. Man, that looks really cool. I really like that. Really liking it so far. Now we need to add in our wave. So we're going to go back in. I'm going to grab up a little bit more of our white paint over here. Mix it up, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da boom, just like that. Now we need to decide where our wave is going to crash, right? So let's put it sort of in the middle. We've got all this dark area we could fill back to, and that would be really cool. So let's take our wave. Why don't we do this? We can put one guy way back here, come up to a point, go over, right? Take all the stuff from this guy, pull him straight to the side. A little bit of upward, right? Just like that. Starts to go off to nothing. That's our far away bit of wave. But your angle has to be right. So, off to the side doesn't really need much. Not much happening back over there. That is where we want all of our detail to flow back from, right? Now we're gonna go back and get more paint. A little bit of white on our brush, and we're going to come in and we're going to make our new section of waves. We're going to come across, look at that blue, it's kind of turning into green. It's going to come up, and then it's going to crash down that way, right? Have this whole thing crashing down, which is essentially why you don't need that left side. And we can have it crash, just kind of pulling. It's changing, it wants to do all sorts of stuff. Look at how pretty that's going to be. All right, we take these guys, we start to slide them back. Slide it back to that next little white line, but not all of it, right? We don't need it all, and it doesn't all need to be straight. And now we have our green section, and then into our blue band. It's going to look very cool. Very cool. Very cool bit of ocean. But I don't want to disrupt too much of the green and the blue. You see how it started to blend in over here? Just like that, and fall off into nothing. We're going to have this section that's going to be covered anyway, so we need to drop in our bit of eye color, right? Just like that. We don't really need it to move anywhere or do anything. Just need it to stay bright like that, right? So just very, very, very lightly pull it over, just like that, and then we can start to shape it and do all sorts of stuff. As long as it stays very bright. Look, some of that blue is trying to start mixing it. Ooh, hoo-hoo. Then we're going to come down, and it's going to flow out because it has to catch down here where our foam is, right? Speaking of foam, let's make that foam. I'm going to take that indigo color, that purpley color, right? Get it on maybe one side of the brush. See how we're going through on the corner? And we'll rotate over. So the majority of it is just on the one corner, this top corner. And then we're going to use that top corner as our foamy bit that's going to come down at a very shallow, soft angle, just like that. Come down and land wherever it's going to land. That'll be our bit of splashy ocean. Can you see it? Can you see it coming to life already? Can you dig it? All right, let's go back with that white brush. It's got the little bit of green on it. A little bit of blue in there too. It's starting to change on us. Okay, now we need to accentuate these guys. So we need to make them a bit brighter. Let it fall down into that dark bit, right? Doesn't have to touch. Don't want it to be too rounded either. Very cool. Look at those little bits of darkness that grab up. They grab and they start to come up here. All right, got to maintain our angle. So it's this rounded bit. Very cool little piece of water, just like that. Okay, now we'll get some of the liquid white. We come up here into our white section on both sides of our brush, kind of pulling down with that titanium white as well. And then again, turning it on the corner and above our shadow, because we can't cover everything, we just kind of pop it in like tree limbs, literally. Kind of bounce down. As the water hits, it starts going everywhere, right? But we got to put a little bit of shadow back in here. You don't want to go too far with all that light without having a bit of shadow in there. So add in your shadow, your spray. As it comes down, it lands on something. Boom! Fantastic. A little bit of rock, a little bit of something, a little bit of darkness down there, right? And then we can come back, we can finish off just dabbing in different little things, and we won't cover up all of that shadow back there. And then you can very, very, very lightly go back and mix some of that bit of foamy water into your bit of shadows, if you can, just ever so lightly. Stuff starts falling down. It's gonna crash onto something. Big purple thing over here. Now we've got our bit of water and our waves. These are fantastic. Let's get all the color off of this brush. We don't want to have any color kind of disturbing. Right? It's all about the angle of the wave. So this guy over here, he's very flat. So we have to remember that. He's flat, he's flat, he's flat. And then it starts to climb up and rotate over, right? And we'll show you step by step exactly how to do it. Look at that. Very cool. All right. Very, very cool, guys. All right. All right, we're going to get a little bit of our white paint just on the end of the brush. And we're going to start to kind of shape these bits of wave, right? These guys come in. They come down, they come down. These guys start to shape up and start to roll into that water, into that eye. You know, all these cool little things, right? So these guys are much more curved than the guy over here. Much flatter, right? And his water is going to come out much further because it's not rotating so far yet. Just with a little bit of white paint, and we pick up the stuff that's underneath. It's fantastic. Literally my favorite technique of all time. Okay, again, now these, you have to use your same brush strokes, otherwise you'll change the angle of those and they won't look right anymore. Right? You have to have the right kind of curve to your water. Very cool. And remember, the further we go down here, the further it's going to come in. As it rolls around and wraps up. That is very, very neat. I like that a lot, actually. That is fantastic. Whew. Who painted this one, guys? I don't know. Just a little bit of color back there. Just changes it the slightest bit. It was almost too much of the same kind of green back there. So we had to highlight just a little area, make it seem like another wave is going to come in. And then we could even do this, just the smallest bit. Right, just the littlest bit up. And that'll show the water kind of pulling away and dragging back that direction. Very cool. And remember, we don't want to do too much. Definitely don't want to overdo it. That is for sure. Got those bits that are going to slide back into their own section of waves. So neat this one's turning out, guys. All right, now let's do a little bit more highlighting on this guy. We're going to have all these colors just brighten everything up. Right, a little bit more of a white. And we got to feed that wave back in there. Got to feed him like he's going way deep into the wave. A couple little lines, little crazy bits, right? But they all have to flow. Otherwise, one straight one of these can really ruin your painting. One mislead on a little bit of eye detail, what I like to call it. One little slip, one pull in the wrong direction can really change the shape in the eye and the motion of your water. So, like this guy, he's a little bit too round. Maybe we should bring him out over here. And he flows down, right? Imagine if we dropped a ball, you'd get this ball and it would roll up the water, right? That's how I like to think about it. This whole little section of foam out here, this purpley foam that's not even been lit up yet, and it'll start to slide. Look at that. It starts to slide up to the wave. Slide into the oncoming water, right? Man, that is fantastic. I really like this one. All right, we can even have a whole nother bit of wave come back in and just great. Tony, where's Tony the Tiger? Because this one is great. A couple little more bits, little lines, but you have to go in the direction of your swipes, right? You have to do it. You have to go in that direction. Even if you slide out or you have a big patch of foam or something, it's all kind of flowing back into the water all on its own. Doesn't all have to connect, doesn't have to do anything. Really doesn't. You can pull it, you can shape it, you can soften it, you can do whatever you want to do. And we remember, our angles have to start to change as we come up that way, as it starts to rotate back and curl. That's my favorite part, is the curl. The curl. Okay, look at all those beautiful colors in there. Fantastic little colors. A little bit more white. Remember, that's all we're really painting with, is a little bit of white. Add the brightness of our wave kind of crashing back in. Drag some of these guys down. Maybe this guy was over here. All these cool little things. Just by making, like someone said, I saw a comment that was like, oh, I can't do it like you because my hands shake really bad when I go. And I was like, oh, what I would give for like some natural shake so I don't have to try to fake it, right? All right, let's do a little bit liquid white. Come in here, just scoop it up, and then maybe we're gonna come in with our bit of tide, our foamy bit of water. We don't want it to all be the same. Cannot be the same. You don't want the bright areas to be bright all throughout. All right, maybe this guy comes back here, starts to roll himself back, just like that. And then you pick your spots and drag up, right? You can go and dragging backwards, letting the knife go against the grain. What I found was really cool is we did it like a bit of snow on the mountain. Right? It starts to look like this real thick foam. Remember, you gotta have some dark areas in there though. Don't forget about your darkness. And if you can get these things to just curl up in the right direction, it's really gonna help kind of shape your wave into what you want it to look like. These guys up here, right, they really, we've laid down our tracks. All we have to do is follow them with that little bit of texture, that little bit of foam. And we've laid already the foundation of what the wave is gonna look like. So just follow your traced lines, right? And then we'll start to turn into this really cool thing. Again, just using the white paint and the colors that are underneath. And you start to turn into this really cool thing. Look at this guy. Right? A little bit of color. Really doesn't even matter. You're like, oh no, he ruined it. Oh no. Nope, we didn't. See? A little bit of soft foam, a little bit of color, a little bit of lighting up the water. A little bit of phantasmicism. Okay. Is that a word? Phantasmicism? Okay, we're going to come over here. We're going to pull just lightly down on that first little water's edge. I'm going to swipe. Swipe. You don't want to get too much color in here, so don't grab too much of that. Got to leave it nice and dark purpley, right? Ooh, fantastic. I like it. Let's do a little bit more crimson in here, though. See if we can't turn it into a little bit more of a beautiful purpley color with a bit of crimson. Just a bit more in there, and then we'll light it up again. Ready? A little bit of our liquid white. Maybe a little bit in here. Those beautiful shiny bits of our water. Ooh, completes our flag. It's fantastic. Completes the flag. There we go. A little bit of crimson-y. Trying to show a little bit more of that purpley color just by dragging that crimson with the white. and get the purple to start showing up. See if we can't mix up a bit of crimson, maybe a bit of our blues. Not too much though, that blue really wants to take over fast, so you need a lot of crimson in there. A little bit of white. Take that purpley color, really start to light up our next little bit of foam that's gonna come out. A little bit of our liquid white in there, really brighten it up. And make it act like water. That's what liquid white does to me. It makes it act like water. That's why it's called liquid. A little bit of that brighter color in there. And watch this. Watch this. Don't want to cover up all those bits though. All right, but we do have to have that purpley color in there. There we go. And there's our shiny wet sand. It's fantastic. Got light purple, now we got the blue, we got the purple, we got everybody. We got everything. Here we go. All right, we need another section for our white. I guess we'll move it down here. Grab up a little bit of our titanium white, a little bit of that, and look at that, some of that purpley colors mixing in with it too. A little bit more white. And we're gonna come back and just really leave our wet edges on the edge of this guy as he starts to pull himself back and out of the frame. And all that foam's getting sucked up and trying to go away. Go away, foam. There we go. You can let your wave grow however you want until it looks right to you, right? That's how I paint. I paint it until it looks okay to me. I'm like, all right, that'll work. That'll do, pig, that'll do, right? From Babe. That'll do. See if we can't shape some of this little bit of foam back. Back to its pal, back to your home foam. Just like that. That's all we really got to do, guys. Couple straight lines, couple little bits, couple little edges, couple little turns. And that's a very, very, very cool painting right there. I am super proud of this one. This one turned out phantasmic. A little bit of our liquid white. Again, we want our water to be very water looking. So we have to add our liquid white in there. Look at that foam, it's like splashing back here. What's going on? Nobody knows what's happening. I like it. All I know is I like it. And I hope you like it. And I hope you guys choose to paint this one. Because this is a great one for all year round. Does not have to be Pride Month, right? Just like that. Fantastic. Oh my heck. All right, stop messing with it, Josh. You're going to ruin something. Whoop. Almost dropped the brush. There we go. Keep that guy dark on the side. Boom. Just like that, you guys. Fantastic little bit of wave. Keeping it nice and dark over here. We don't need to see the whole thing. We don't really have to. It's not in the rule book, but if you wanted to, just remember your angles. Right? I like to keep mine very dark. Like what's happening down there? That's where my signature goes. That's what's happening down there. So very cool thing. We can also add in just quickly, dip the tip of our fan brush, and then just remember, follow those little things back. Follow our lines. Again, these things can be the difference whether you messed it up or whether your little lines just turned out perfectly and they started to bleed through your eye of your wave and different things, and oh, it's fantastic. Phantasmic. Take a little bit of that foam, maybe it's getting sucked up this way. Just little differences, little details, little things that happen, right? That is a great, great, great looking wave. A little bit of extra brush detail down in there. Now we're gonna go back in with our liner brush. Really make this guy nice and bright. Remember, it doesn't have to be, perfectly straight. Doesn't have to be the same amount of brightness throughout the whole thing. Really doesn't. You can take some of these guys and really just pull them down, shape them in. All right, so you got too bright of an area in one spot. Shape in a couple little squigglies. They don't have to be all crazy. But remember, you got to follow those lines. If you don't follow the lines, It's not gonna be good, Joshy. Just like that. You can even have some come up this way. Especially deep into our darker spot back there where it's just like rotating and coming up. We don't want it to be too bright back there. You got these guys that come down. Just all the little details and parts and eye and everything. Just like that. Cool little things, guys. All you got to do is drop them in and then decide when you're done, right? Decide, when am I going to be done? Let's take a little bit more of that liquid white. We need to drag it up into our wave, kind of mix it around a little bit, I like to do. Just have it look more like a bit of rotating wave about to come over. That just ties everything in with our little bit of wave. Just like that. Fantastic. Fan-little-tastic. Like, it's so great, I don't even know, like, I'm literally speechless. I don't even know what to say. I love it that much. Fantasmanic. Okay, let's do our signature right down here so everybody knows. I mean, if you're going to paint a flag seascape, you know you got it from Paint with Josh, but let's just put it in here so everyone else knows to look for Just Kidding, right? Look at the darkness underneath there. Oh, it's fire. So fire. Let's put a little bit more of that darkness, if we can get any to stick in here. Just cut it in underneath. Just gives it a little bit of a lip. It's very cool. Little lip of darkness, little shadow, little something. Then take it and shape it. Just like that. Very cool, guys. So simply done. Okay, let's add the family in. What color are we going to make the family? We're going to make them white, I guess. Let's do this. Otherwise, they're not really going to stand out up here, are they? So, go off the side. And that is the family. Myself, my wife, my daughter, they go into every single painting as part of the signature. So I encourage you guys to do it with your family. If you've got, 5 kids, put your 5 birds, or 7 birds with you and your wife. Or if it's just you, just throw your 1 bird in there, right? Cool little thing. Man, that is fire. No rocks, no anything. There's only one little section that needs to be adjusted. And that's that, because it just doesn't look right. There we go. Now it's connected. With that little bit of water, it's getting sucked up and pulled away. This section's all flat, and then it starts to curve. Right as we go down, it's flat, 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 curving over. That's what you got to worry about with a seascape. You got to make it look right. And this one just turned out fan-freaking-tastic. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, for watching this one, and definitely for trying it. I can't wait to see, your versions. It's going to be fantastic. It really is. And again, I really just can't wait to see, guys, what yours is going to look like. There we go. I always have to add in a few little details, a few little differences as we start to climb up our wave. Look at that. That just changed the whole sucker right there. That just changed it all. There we go. Right. Really mushing the knife, kind of flattening out all that foam. Because we need it to be the right angle. See if we can change it. There we go. Perfect. It's all about changing it up. Man, that's fantastic. All right, guys. Well, now I want to add just a little bit more, detail in there. Little white areas, little dark areas, little bits, little here, little there. Just little details. It makes mine look, like the original. Can't show you guys all the techniques. Look at that. Whoosh! We can just get that to happen right here. Like there was some water about to fall from this wave. There we go. That's cool. Yeah. Really wicked, guys. Really wicked. Love that. Very, very neat. Like it's fallen in, got our beautiful eye. So again, I want to thank you. I don't want to do anything else to this painting in fear of ruining it. So I'm trying to get that brush hair out of there. I have any brush that I trust not to have color on it? No, that one sure did. That one sure did. All right, let's get a clean brush first. There we go. Just mix out that little area. Bam, 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 bam. Very cool little thing, guys. Very, very cool. Very cool little painting. Turned out so neat. Really, it turned out so neat. I love it to death. So, I want to thank you for tuning in again. Again, I would like to thank you for tuning in, for trying this painting. All right, for real this time. Well, guys, I've got a mountain of brushes to go clean up. So until I see you again next time, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out this painting. And I can't wait to see your versions. This one turned out so great. And hopefully it's as popular as the American flag one that we did. So if you haven't seen that one, check it out. It's definitely worth it. But until we see you guys next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day. And bye-bye. Why do I take up all the time of my day when I just want 30 seconds of uninterrupted non-madness, right? Sanity. 30 seconds of sanity is all I'm asking for. Hi guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. It is Pride Month and we did a Pride flag seascape, one like you've never seen before. Go on the internet, try to search for Pride flag seascape and or rainbow flag seascape and see the garbage that's up. Oh, that was terrible. Okay, let's do it again. Hi guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. It is Pride Month and we did a Pride flag seascape, one like you've never seen. Go check the internet. There is no other seascape that's gonna look like this. So I'm so excited and so proud to show it to you guys. Hi guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. It is Pride Month and we did a Pride seascape, one like you've never seen before. Go search the internet and try to find a seascape better than this one. I'm here to teach you how to paint it. Hey guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. I just can't get it down. Pride year. So it's not just a month, so it doesn't matter that I'm a couple days late or the month's almost over, because we're going to celebrate Pride all year long, right? So you're obviously excited about painting this painting. That's why you clicked on the link. So check the description down below. Make sure you get all the colors you need. Fine. Make sure you get your canvas nice and wet. Get ready to throw some color on it. And we're going to just like this. Hi guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Oh no, the bloopers have set in. I've got the blooper yips. Hi guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Today we did a 16 by 20 inch canvas. Wow. Man, I'm losing my mind. All right, maybe backwards, maybe hat backwards. Okay, here we go. My mouth is so dry. Talk to you guys for an hour and then wonder why I can't put together a string of words. Well, I feel better. Okay. Well, guys, we got a mountain of brushes to go clean up, so I'm excited to see your version of this painting. Mine turned out fantastic. I love the way that it looks. It's so great. I really wouldn't do anything different to it, so I can't wait to go make prints and canvas prints. I can't wait to see how fast this one sells and, you know, teach you guys how to... What am I doing? Why do I look so wet? Well, that's it, guys. I've got a mountain of brushes to go clean up, so I can't wait for you to try this painting, to send in your version. You know, hashtag Paint with Josh when you go to do yours, and that way I'll be able to find it, I'll be able to see it, and it's going to be great, right? Every time I look at this and I go to do the outro, there's more little bits of white that I feel need to be added in as little bits of highlight. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Paint. Hi, guys. Hey, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Paint with Josh. Well guys, I want to thank you for tuning in, for trying this painting, for sending in your versions, for posting them, for hashtagging Paint with Josh so we can find it, right? And make sure you get all the colors out. So make sure you check the description down below, find all the colors you need, make sure you get your canvas nice and wet, get ready to throw some paint on. We're going to do it just like this, step by step. So you're going to check the description down below, find all the colors you need, make sure you get your canvas nice and wet, get ready to throw some paint on. We're going to do it just like this. Well, thanks guys. It's a splash, little bits of foam, little bits of something. Little bits of something in there, that's what I feel. Okay, seriously, last time. All right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this one. Thanks for trying it, sending in your versions. I really can't wait to see them all. And, you know, I try to respond back to as many people as we can. Of course, we can't reach everybody. What we try, we do try. So leave your comments, your thank yous, your, you know,